You know what? I often find myself disagreeing with Boosie. Um, Not often to the degree of anything too consequential. It's just, we in a forum or a space of open thought, and therefore your thoughts are not going to always align with any one said individual. However, with that being said, I have to applaud Bootsy for being consistent and having the courage to stand out against certain agendas throughout his career, especially in this later phase of life, when a lot of people would rather not deal with certain subject matter. And apparently, the NBA is experiencing an overwhelming amount of players wearing fingernail polish. I haven't been tuned into the NBA for so many years since the Splash Brothers was really a thing. It's the last time I paid attention when they was really hot initially throughout that run. But Boosie got something to say about it. We're gonna go over here to Big Ant, Urban Politicians TV. Not necessarily gonna tap in to Ant's reaction. If you want to hear his reaction, you go to his channel and please do that. Much love to him. But we do often from time to time borrow his production. I like the way he, Flacco, and others gather the information and present it. And Ant's style is perfect because he gets the information, he lets it run before he speaks, and then I could kind of like tag in. Shout out to Ant though. UPT. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all time. He coined the phrase "nigga neater" to describe the owner of the Fed Quarters Plantation, and I rock with that verbiage. All right, let's go.
The spokesman, man, we back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in as Boosie went to Twitter yesterday and decided to call out the NBA because some of the things you can see while watching the game, whether people want to admit it or not, if you pay close enough attention to highlights of the people scoring, you probably seen at least one time Jared McCain and having his fingernail polish being highlighted while he's playing the game in the NBA. As Boosie went to Twitter and said, NBA should ban fingernail polish. And I'm going to keep it all.
I agree with him. And I remember when Allen Iverson was coming through the NBA, swagged out with perfectly professional, harmless intentions. And his generation, the NBA hurried up and started making dress code regulations to combat what they considered a style they didn't approve of. So I don't know why they wouldn't need any prompting to combat this lack of masculinity when the NBA is the opposite of the WNBA. And the difference between the WNBA and NBA is masculinity. This is totally emasculate.
1,000 right here when it comes to Jared McCain, because I actually have spoken on this before, and I covered Boosie speaking on this topic 2 years ago, how emasculation is a real thing, because they promoting this to the younger generation, trying to normalize it, and even paying ads and giving people who have influence in the game deals behind this situation right here. Now, Boosie is somebody that's been a strong...
I ain't robbing, homie. I didn't plan on, really engaging in his commentary. Not that I have a problem with it. He's very introspective and I enjoy his content often, but his style is usually to let what he's about to react to fully present itself, and then he gives his commentary, and it usually leaves me with enough thoughts by the time he finna pop it. I'll be ready to pop it, but he popping it, so we're gonna break bread with the homie.
Advocate for this, and when Boosie is right, Boosie is right, and I got to keep it all the way 1,000. Now, I cannot tell the NBA what they should and shouldn't ban with their business. That's neither here nor there. But speaking out and letting it be known, we just supposed to sit up here and act like we don't see this. We're supposed to sit up here and act like this is cool and it's not being weaponized and promoted, especially to the black community. Let's keep it all the way 100. Now, Boosie is somebody who spoke out on this before. Like I said, he already did that video 2 years ago, or maybe even 3 now.
Paint your nails red, white, all this stuff. If you paint your nails, you have thought about in your head of how you would look as a woman when you looked in that. You can't feel masculine painting your nails and your toes. You done thought about in your head how I would look as a woman. Agree with that. You have to be thinking female-ish, right?
And I remember hearing Ray J say something like, oh, if I was a woman, I would some shit like he said some shit just like what he's saying. Niggas should not be thinking and saying.
I really want to outline. Next is gonna be eyelashes on me.
And what people don't realize with Jared McCain, this is the thing that I want y'all to pay attention to, because he actually had an NIL deal coming out of college from Duke, drafted first round with the Philly first. Now he's in OKC. But
imagine the influence the NBA has on the generation when Jordan and them start wearing the baggy shorts and then just Jordan shoes in general. We in trouble, y'all.
He actually signed him a deal to paint his fingernails. He took that type of bag. As a man, I'm gonna take a bag to paint my fingernails.
I'm in the middle of painting my nails right now, and I just did this side white, and I'm gonna do this side blue. And I thought I'd just talk to you guys a little bit about why. Going to do blue as usual.
Oh, and his mouth, his whole mannerism looks like a biatch.
Just do some self-care time. I think everybody should do some self-care for themselves. For me, nail painting. Sorry if that offends any of you guys. My favorite nail polish to use, though, is the Sally Hansen Insta Dry, because it only takes 60 seconds to dry. Not my best job, but not my worst.
And I already know what the comeback's gonna be, so we'll address those first right here. Dennis Rodman did it. Dennis Rodman did it. Whether you agree with what Dennis Rodman did or not, Dennis Rodman did it in an era where there wasn't a point and it wasn't being marketed, promoted, and an agenda being pushed.
It was a one-off and not giving nobody no passes. I would not do that. It's still, and he did some weird, eccentric metro things. But who is saying we're trying to now have a influx of Dennis Rodmanism? It's just like Prince did all that he did. That doesn't mean it opens the door for R&B now to be 97% people comfortable with turning around to the crowd with their ass cheeks out.
Don't make it cool. They don't make it acceptable. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with the cross dressing. I don't care with the drag. I don't agree with him doing the drag queen stuff. None of that. But it wasn't.
It looked like a real biatch right there. And he done wore some dresses, did some feminine butt naked shit on the motorcycle. I remember one time, the first time I ever went to a live UFC event. I don't want to lie and say it was the first time. It was the first time I went to one here locally in California. It was at the old Coliseum. And I remember he came like as a character to like walk one of the fighters out of something. And when he was right about to walk down the long Coliseum stairs, I was standing right next to him, saw him up close. He had a real ugly, demonic look, presence, and spirit about him. He did not look happy. Oh, my mama.
Pushed in everyday society, we're like, hey, let's normalize this. Let's make this cool. Let's make this acceptable. And if you don't agree with it, you're this, you're that person, and we're gonna try to shame you for saying that you don't agree with these type of things. Now, when I seen him get this deal right here, I already knew the play was in. And the reason I say I know the play was in, have y'all seen any of the superstar athletes that are from other countries take these type of deals?
I'm not that tuned in, tapped in, but Big Ant, I'm sure he got some more bread to break on that subject. Going over and holler at the homie, man. We get the point. It's boo-boo. And our whole thing, we was attracted to the title that Boosie has spoken out against the NBA at a time like this. And the fact that his voice is echoing amongst so many others and they're being silent, it covers a lot of what I might disagree with Boosie about. And I have to applaud him and appreciate him for standing on this issue. Oh, my mama.
Get you some money, you're gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this is the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You're gonna feel different.
Like Nip Hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.